Yo, I want to see who want to come in here for a quick conversation, man. We got breakfast, we're rolling.
How you doing, bro?
Let's go. Simple breakfast for the day. I got sourdough toast, a couple sausage links, eggs, avocado with a little Crystal's hot sauce in it. And you already know we got the smoothie, man. You already know. So let me see if it's a Q. Is it Q and A? My question today is: Do we need to define words in conversation? Do we need to define words in conversation? Wow, I think that's huge. Do we need to define the words in conversation? I think that when we're communicating with others, I think we need to know what the words mean that we're talking about. Something I've been heavy on in terms of communication, you know what I mean? And things like that. But I think ultimately we could be talking about two different subjects, even though we're talking to each other. We could really be talking about two different subjects, even though we're saying the same words. Let's go. Penthouse, what up, bro? It's okay, man. We homies, bro. He says, yo, dude, not trying to make this all about me, but just want to let you know I went to my girl's house and got all my stuff last night and we officially broke up, only up from here. Wow, bro. That's incredible, man. Let me ask you, Penthouse, what made you go that route, bro, if you don't mind me asking? What made you say, hey, I need to break this up, bro? What? Tell me. By the way, man, breakfast is served, man. We got the avocado, got the eggs, got a little sausage links, and then we got these sourdough toast. And boom, we smooth it out. All right, let's see. She didn't say thank you for meals. There's a whole lot of things. She was even disrespectful to my mom. Yeah, that's a wrap. Can't disrespect mama, bro. That's a wrap. I was praying about it. And I didn't feel right anymore. Penthouse, bro. I'm not trying to take no credit, man. All glory be to God, bro. Let me ask you this: do you think that after our conversation, it kind of made you think a little bit after the live stream? Little Lotto Red, bro. What's up, man? Emilio, what's happening, bro? What's up? What's up, man? Do you think that conversation kind of opened up your mind a little bit to that relationship, bro? It's that's right, absolutely, dude. I was actually got back from the mountains with all my boys. I kept thinking about what you were saying. Can you see her as a mother? Oh my goodness, man. That's incredible, bro. That's incredible. That's incredible, man. Listen, I love to hear testimonials like that, bro. I love to hear testimonials like that. Let me ask everybody in the chat, man. I'm so glad, bro. Shout out to you, man. Let me go ahead and pin that comment. He said, you helped me for real. Much love, bro. I'm glad I could be, bro. That's why I do this, to be honest, bro. That's why I do this, man. I don't get paid to do this. I do this for the love of the game. Sup, I hate to see small people that get low view even though they post good content. Hey, Emilio, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Um, Sometimes it's the best kept secret for those that really need it, man. But Emilio, I appreciate your support, man. Come through whenever you can, bro. Nowadays, people are more attracted to the brain rot content. You know what I'm saying? Emilio says you out here helping everyone, but does anybody help you? You know, bro, that's a great question, man. I feel like God helps me, Emilio. You know what I mean? People, for the most part, people are takers. They're not givers. You know what I mean? That's why I even have that question up there right now. Do we need to define words in conversation, like the word friend, the word love, the word support, right? I think if we define those words, we'll better be able to connect with each other. You feel me? That's my thoughts. But Emilio, man, listen, you speaking a mouthful right there. You out here helping everyone, but does anybody help you? Listen, man, I get my strength from God. God gives me my strength, and then I'm able to pour it back into other people, man. But I appreciate your support, brother. Emilio, man, I appreciate you, bro. What do you have going on today? Um, I got to go do some sessions, Penthouse. After this live stream, I got to go do some sessions. So right now, I want to jump on here and really just talk about defining words in conversation. I'm gonna break the ice, okay? I'm gonna break the ice. I really want to talk about defining words, right? So I was giving an example earlier, right? Let me ask you guys this question. Type one if you agree that if we're having a series of conversations that we should define words like I care about you, or I love you, or I support you, or words like you're my best friend, or words like we have a future together. Should we define terms in our friendships or relationships? Type one if you agree. If you don't think that that's necessary or that's overkill, type two. Some people say, man, that's too much, man. We don't got to define it. Just let it flow. Let's keep the vibes going. You feel me? But type one if you think we should define the terms. Type two if you're like, just see how the vibes are, right? Okay, I see some ones in the chat. Hey, Penthouse, let me ask you, Emilio, let me ask you, why do you believe that defining the terms or defining words in conversation is important? I believe you should. You feel me? I believe that words like love needs to be defined. And when somebody say they love you, I would ask them what that means to them. You feel me? Because people just throw words around very loosely. That's right. And they mean different things to different people. Right. There you go. I totally agree, Penthouse. Fourth wall. What's up, brother? My bad. I missed your comment. What's good, bro? I totally agree with that. I feel like it's good because you need to know the meaning, and love and hate are sting words and they mean very much. That's right. That's right. And imagine, right? Two people getting together, right? And they're like, hey, I love you. Right? And you're like, you know what? I feel love too. I love you too. They could have two totally different meanings of the word love. They could. Like love to them could mean like I just have a good time with you, or we have fun together, right? Or love could mean like I got this deep emotion that I've never felt before in my life and I want a future with you. It could be very different. What do y'all think? I think it could be very different. So in terms of relationships even social media, I think that we need to define some of what we're talking about so that we understand each other. If you hate someone, it will stay with them forever. That's why you need to define the word hate as well. You know what I'm saying? You have some people that have the word hate as a real emotion, or some people just say it vaguely, like, oh, I hate going to work today. That type of thing, you know? So I would say defining words in conversation are one of the first steps while you're getting to learn somebody. Don't define the terms later. You know what I'm saying? Define them early while you're still learning each other. Don't get all caught up, get all mushed. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, Emilio? You feel me, Penthouse? I think that it's very important. It's very important because, and just a side note, I get you. Appreciate you, Emilio. Just a side note, I feel like people will tell you what you want to hear, throw around big words, but they don't really mean it. Exactly. There you go, Penthouse. There you go, bro. There you go. That's not even a side note. That's the main note. People will throw around a whole bunch of words without really knowing the context of what they're saying. And that's what leads to a lot of heartache and pain, in my opinion, y'all. You can have a good time with anybody. That don't mean you love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, love is a huge definition that needs to be talked about. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all. There you go, Penthouse. That's exactly what you're doing. 100%. 100%. And sting word. Immediately, oh, and strong word. Got you. Yeah, it's a very strong word. Very, very strong word. I think that, or I believe that we will know a more clear direction on what we're really trying to accomplish if we are upfront about what we mean. Even in business, by the way, you guys. Let's say you get ready to do business with somebody, and they're like, "Hey, do you have a strong portfolio, or do you have a lot of time and money?" That's right, Penthouse. Do you have a strong portfolio, or do you have a strong personality? I think that you have to define what you mean by a strong personality or a strong portfolio. We may be in different tax, we may be in different tax brackets. Your strong portfolio may look different from mine. Your strong personality may look different from mine too. So what are you expecting? Because if you tell me what you're expecting, then I can give you an honest answer. A lot of times people get in business and they use these buzzwords without defining it. And when they don't define it, everyone's in now a strenuous relationship. That's right. We all have our own ways. That's right. And that's the kind of stuff, assuming stuff, bro, that's when it gets really dangerous. That's right. Even friendships get like that. Like when you have some homies that say, I got your back, right? But all it takes for them is to meet a new girl and you don't hear from them no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what? We ride or dies, bro. We ride or dies. We're ride or dies, right? But what does that mean? Does that mean we ride or dies until you find your next one? Or are we down like the stock market? Which one are we? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Penthouse, yeah. And Penthouse, you was probably giving Buddy your best, bro. Looking out for him. You know what I'm saying? If he was hungry, you probably fed him. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that, you stay until the end. That's right. I realized sometimes people say certain things out of convenience and not out of consciousness. They'll say, "Oh, we homies for life," because they don't got nobody else. And then when they find somebody to fill that void, they kind of slide you to the side. Oh no, no, we still boys. We just chanting. They're like, bro, come on, man. Look, you got to talk to somebody that ain't koofing. You can't talk to me. I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? You switched up. It's okay, but just acknowledge that you switched up. And I can respect a person that says, you know what, I switched up. My bad. But don't be coming here flim flamming like, everything was cool, but you switched up, and that's okay. Life happens, but just be accountable for it. That's another word that we got to define. Accountability. Hello, let's talk about it, y'all. The crazy thing is, whenever I first started dating the girl, he was like, don't be one of those guys that neglect his friends. And that's literally what he did. See what I'm saying, Penthouse? The guy was talking out of both sides of his mouth. And his mouth was writing checks, right? That his heart couldn't cash. Hello. They don't realize what you mean. They don't realize what you mean when I them. Say that again, Emilio. Can you say that again so I can understand you? Say it one more time, brother. Right, Penthouse? They be talking. I realized this another thing too, right? Penthouse, this goes back to your relationship too, right? Check this out. Some people say things in moments that are convenient for them. In other words, let's say you're providing for a woman, right? You help her out. You buy her stuff. She's short on her bills. You help her, right? Her saying, I love you could be the fact that she just really, really loves what you're doing for her currently. Me too, Penthouse. One of the worst decisions I ever made. And that was family too, brother. Right? But they could love what you're doing for them, not so much love the fabric of who you are as a person. What do y'all think about that? When people say they love you, sometimes you got to ask them, what does love mean to you? I guarantee you'll stun a lot of people with that. You know what I'm saying? You're right, Penthouse, but it also depends on what kind of parents you have too. Some parents exploit their children. It happens. I see it all the time. So the good book says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything that you do flows from it. So you got to guard your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Because people change, and sometimes when they change on you. Sometimes you could let somebody borrow money, right? And when it's time to pay it back, they're looking at you like, bro, like you did something wrong to them. You feel me? Bill Plays. What's up, Billy Plays? I'm doing fantastic, bro. Having a good conversation with my people, man. How you doing? You have to guard your heart, but you also need to be able to be vulnerable. You don't want to be cold your whole life. Yes. So Penthouse, that's a great thing that you just brought up, right? Guarding your heart. Penthouse, let's deal with this term of guarding your heart. I'm so glad you brought it up. Guarding your heart doesn't mean living guarded. Doesn't mean covering yourself up and never being vulnerable. I love that you brought that up. Guarding your heart means giving your heart to God first. Giving your heart to God first so that He can give you the proper measure that you should give out to other people. You know what I'm saying? Billy Plays, you came in talking good. Now you're trolling, bro. What's up, Billy Plays? I'm not 50 Cent, bro. I'm 60 Cent. I'm a little better, bro. Thank God. You like that, Penthouse? I'm going to clip that. Guarding your heart is not so much that you close yourself off from the whole world. Guarding your heart means you give it to God first, and He gives you the proper measure to give to everyone else. That way, if the relationship don't work out, it was in God's hands anyway. So, hey, God, I trusted you in this relationship. It didn't work out. I gave what you told me to give to them. Now I'm giving it back to you and leave it in His hands. That saves you from the fear of never being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because even as men, we need to be vulnerable. Men need to be vulnerable too, contrary to popular belief. You did. You know what I'm saying? So you see how we just did that penthouse? We dealt with the definition of the word. It's all right, bro. It's okay, Billy Plays. Maybe you can answer the question. Billy Plays, much love to you. Maybe you can answer the question about defining words. It's all good, bro. All good, man. That was then, this is now, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing, baby. But yeah, I want to make sure I say, you know what, man? I'm about to start a series called Let's Deal With It. And what that means, right, is let's deal with the words. Let's deal with the phrases. Let's deal with the misunderstanding so that when we deal with it, guess what's going to happen? We're going to keep going and we're going to keep growing, baby. But you got to deal with it. Penthouse says, what is your take on forgiveness? Bro, somebody just asked me about that yesterday. Forgiveness is more for you than for the person that hurt you. Hello. Forgiveness is more for you than the person that hurt you. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and hoping that it affects the offender. Forgiveness is like walking around with a 100-pound dumbbell on your back and suddenly cutting it off and walking in freeness. Hello. So it took me a long time to get that in my spirit, that forgiveness is not about the person that hurt you. People be like, oh man, why should I let them get away with that? Listen, it's not about them getting away with it. You forgive for your own freedom, not for theirs. Because if they don't reconcile those things with you, they're not going to be happy anyways. Nicki Not Minaj, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Nicki? You feel me, Penthouse? So it took me a long time, right? It took me a long time to get that in my spirit. You know what I mean? Oh, everybody, look, Spartan is in here. He's looking for attention. Everybody, look at Spartan. He's looking for attention. I understand he may be hurting right now, okay? Let's pray for Spartan right now, because right now his brain is malfunctioning. So we got to pray for him. I show love to people like him. He needs it. He's looking for attention. Let's give it to him, guys. Let's pray for Spartan right now. Mind is malfunctioning, needs attention. His relationship is not where it should be. Lord, help Spartan to feel better. See, I already knew it. Help him to feel better. Clearly, he doesn't have any hope or any thoughts of his own. So somebody, let's bless Spartan. Poor thing is malfunctioning. Poor thing. Yeah. What he doesn't understand is none of that stuff can hurt me. Yeah, Penthouse, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. So listen, back to the conversation, bro. Anyways, when we define the terms about love, affection, growth, when we do that, guess what that does for us? That allows us to be better people for it. Appreciate you, Penthouse. Penthouse, I like to try to only time them out for like a minute first, see if they change their mind. I've had people come in and talk like him, and then they learn something and they started to change their ways. So I don't want to totally get rid of them until I have to get rid of them. Yeah, you did. He has no chance to change. But oh well, it is what it is. If a person's on the internet doing that, they're hurting inside and they're looking to exchange their hurt by putting it on others. They're projecting. So I don't get mad, Penthouse, because I realize that they're just projecting their own sadness onto me, and they need help. They need God. So sometimes I'll engage with them and let them know, hey, let me pray for you. You heard what he said? He's like, there's no such thing as prayer. He's mad at everybody. He's mad at God. He's mad at everybody. You know what I'm saying? When are you going to get us jobs? What do you mean I have a job? You don't have a job, Uncharted? Yeah, they're still unhappy. That's a fact. That's a fact, fourth wall. If a person goes around hurting people, there's no way that they're happy. That doesn't even make no sense. When people say, "Oh, I moved on, I'm happy now," no, you're not. If you don't reconcile with the things that you've done, if you don't reconcile those things, until you make peace with God, you're not going to be happy. So even though you may look at them, they're on, social media showing you how happy they are. They're just trying to prove it to themselves. They're not happy. I think what I'm going to do during this breakup is get back in the gym, focus on my money, and I'm not going to go out of it. But listen, Penthouse, check this out. When you work on yourself, that's when God can truly work inside your heart because you're open to it. You're not influenced. When you work on your whole person, when you work on the whole man, you start to get more physically in shape, mentally in shape, spiritually in shape. It's amazing. So I wouldn't go around looking for nobody. I would allow my journey to make me run into somebody. It can get lonely a little bit, but the loneliness has to be met with community that's going in the same direction that you are. That's right, Penthouse. It will be more real. That's right. That's right. When I met my wife, Penthouse, I was so locked in and focused, I didn't even ask her for her phone number. I looked at her and I said, yo, she looks like a wife. She looked like she could be a wife. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody like, bro, that looks like a wife. That don't look like no little spring fling. That don't look like no little fly by night. She don't look like no, you know, running around town. I say she looks like a wife, bro. End up conversating with her on a later occasion. I was so locked in. I even asked for her number. I just appreciated a good conversation. But the point I'm trying to make is when you're on your way to your purpose, your spouse, you guys will run into each other. You don't got to be running around like a lion, like you're about to lose your mind. Work on yourself in the meantime. One of the greatest gifts in the world is working on yourself. Hey, you appreciate me for sure. For sure, man. For sure, man. That probably threw her off when you didn't ask for her number. Hey, bro, it did, bro. She still brings it up. Bro, 12 years later, she still brings it up. When we talk about our story, she's like, fool didn't even ask for my number. I was like, see? My mind was on guard. Because it really was. I had got out of a toxic relationship and I promised myself I wouldn't do it again. So I locked in. And when I asked for her number, it wasn't even like on purpose. It was just subconsciously. That's right, Penthouse. Listen, Penthouse, if you don't remember nothing else I say, no cross, no crown, bro. You got to deny yourself, deny your flesh, so that your spirit gets stronger. And when your spirit gets stronger, guess what happens? You start to experience wholeness, brother. The good thing about wholeness is you'll never get to the point where you're like, man, I got it all together. It's a constant journey of growth and development. Toxic relationships, yeah, bro. The thrill is not worth the repercussion at all. At all, bro. You feel me? Not worth it. No cross, no. Hey, pals, it's no cross. Like, the cross. No cross, no crown. You get what I'm saying? Like the good book says, take up your cross and follow me. No cross, no crown. Because everybody got to carry their own cross. You feel me? There you go. No cross, no crown. That's right. The old folks used to tell me that. It took me a while to get it, but I got it now. I understand it. If it's almost like working out. If you don't go through that burn in the gym, you're not going to build lean muscle tissue. It doesn't happen by just thinking about it. It happens by actively engaging the muscle. So it's the same in your spirituality. We got to work it out. So that's why I really want to tell you guys, I'm going to start a new thing called Let's Deal With It. I was in the shower and I was thinking about it. I said, you know what? There's a lot of things that we don't deal with. A lot of families don't deal with the elephant in the room. You feel me? A lot of families don't deal with the elephant in the room. A lot of relationships don't deal with the elephant in the room. You feel me? And when you don't deal with the elephant in the room, what happens is you allow relationships to become strenuous. Instead of them being productive, they become strenuous. So instead of having all of that, there you go, Penthouse. So I'm going to start doing some videos and doing some live streams where we start defining words and growing from it. You feel me? Because I feel like if we start to define more terms, right? Penthouse, you gave him 24 hours again, bro. That boy Penthouse ain't playing, bro. You feel me? Penthouse don't be playing, y'all. Coming here talking crazy. Penthouse said, we're going to take you out of here, bro. But you're right. It makes them uncomfortable. It takes them out of their comfort zone, right? But how do we grow in our comfort zone? I'll answer that for you. We don't. We don't grow in our comfort zone. We grow outside of our comfort zone. You feel me? We grow outside of our comfort zone. You feel me? We grow outside of our comfort zone. When you are outside of the comfort zone is a man's worst enemy. That's right, bro. That's right. When we get obsessed with comfort, you know what happens? We start to become weak. We start to become frail. Hey, Billy Plays, tell your friend he should be listening instead of trolling, bro. He might learn something. Billy Plays. Tell him he might learn a little something if he chill. You feel me? And tell your boy I'm 60 cent, not 50 cent, bro. Correct that man. Correct that boy. But yeah, Penthouse, we got to deal with it. That's why I came on here today, man. There's some words we got to define. We got to deal with. And guess what's going to happen? The growth is going to be so beautiful, man. The growth is going to be so beautiful. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to do it. Yeah, Penthouse, that's how it works, bro. A lot of times, Penthouse, exactly. A lot of times our relationship with God is like that. We get into a routine with God and we leave out a relationship with God. You feel me? I used to do that. I used to just have a routine with God rather than having a relationship with God. And I think that the routine is okay for a little while, but after a while, it's got to be a relationship. Because the routine is not what heals your heart. It's the relationship that heals your heart. You feel me? You feel me, Penthouse? The routine is not what heals your heart. It's the relationship. It's always been about the relationship. You feel me? So we're going to deal with it as a community, as a group. We're going to deal with it. We're going to find different words that are trivial. Penthouse, you could help me with that. We're going to find different words that may be trivial, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to sort it out, and we're going to grow from it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I'm super pumped because growth excites me. People say, what moves you in life? Growth, forward progress. I'm not talking about busyness. I'm talking about growth. Sometimes there's growth in silence. Sometimes there's growth in not responding to something. Sometimes there's growth in learning how to respond. We're going to deal with it, y'all. So I'm excited for the upcoming conversations. I'm excited for the upcoming videos that I'll produce, where I'm just dealing with the terms, man. I got a fly phrase that I always talk about. Growth and walking away. That's right, Penthouse. There's a word that it's been on my mind. There's a phrase. I won't even say a word. It's a phrase that's been on my mind a lot. And I really want to break down the word and talk about it with y'all. Little DJ, what up, bro? What's good, man? Yeah, I want to really, really deep or delve into that phrase because I think it's something that people think about, but it's not something that they're able to explain, if you will. Lil DJ, it says, do we need to define words in conversation? Like, do we need to define words in conversation? We just talked about it for a little while, so it'll be hard to revamp it. But it's basically just talking about being able to, or you believe that we do need to define words. That's right. For sure. For sure. For sure. Even the word community needs to be defined. The word community, that word needs to be defined. What does community mean? People say, I'm looking for community. What does that mean? Are you looking for community? Can mean two different things. Are you looking for someone to have your back when you're down and out? Or are you looking for someone to build with in all times, in all seasons? There's two different kind of communities, if you will. Some people say, oh, I need community because when my relationship is failing, I need somebody to talk to. That's not community. That's a rebound. That's usury. Community is we build with each other in all seasons, not just the season when I'm up or when I'm down. You feel me? I'm sure we all know people like that. You don't hear from them while they up, but they blowing you up while they down. That's not community. That's a crutch. Hello. That's not community. That's a crutch. Don't only call me when you down, right? Let me celebrate with you while you up. That's community. If you only call me when you down, that's usury. I'm your crutch. I'm not your community. And I think that if we define words, then there'll be an expectation based off of definition. Hello. Listen, I want to jump on here real quick. I got to go do some of these workout sessions, man. Okay, little DJ, man, take it easy, bro. I got to get to these workout sessions, man. Listen, I really wanted to talk about defining the term. Stephen Evans, what up, bro? Salute. I really want to talk about, do we need to deal with it? Do we need to talk about it? Do we need to define it, right? Hey, Penthouse, you and me both, bro. Let's go do it, man. I see y'all on the next one, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing. Remember, no matter what you're going through, wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself, let's go. Let's grow. Let's go. Let's grow, baby. I see y'all on the next one, man. Remember, define the terms in your conversations, in your relationships, and you'll be better for it, man. I'm signing off. Salute. Appreciate you, Stephen Evans, man. I see you next time, bro.